Concacaf Nations League rolls on, and today from Georgetown, Cayman Islands, and the Truman Bodden Sports Complex, it is the Cayman Islands playing host to Aruba. I'm Josh Easter. Thanks so much for being with us here today. It is the first match of this competition for Aruba. Wow, the Cayman Islands have already played one match thus far. A very warm afternoon here in Georgetown. A chance of rain and some breeze in the forecast as well, but it should be a very comfortable afternoon for some action. Of course, we are in League C and Group B. This is how the standings look. Aruba, of course, yet to have played a match, but for the Cayman Islands and the U.S. Virgin Islands, they ended up with a 2-2 draw just a few days ago. So the Cayman Islands getting 2 games in this first window and trying to get on the winning track here today. Well, both of these teams coming into play. Not a whole lot of experience here in 2023 for Aruba. Just their second match here in 2023, losing 2-0 to St. Kitts and Nevis in the last edition of Concacaf Nations League. And of course, this is an Aruba team that they started in League B back in 2019-2020, but then dropped to League C. They ended up 1-2-1 in their League C Group B competition in the last edition of Concacaf Nations League. Well, of course, on the other side, this Cayman Islands side, they are also just playing their third match of 2023, losing 5-1 to Puerto Rico to close out Nations League all the way back in March. And then, of course, that 2-2 draw we mentioned against the Virgin Islands just the other day. And, of course, getting on the score sheet was Jonah Ebanks. He opened the scoring in that game. Cameron Gray ended up finding the equalizer after U.S. Virgin Islands responded with 2 unanswered goals. But here today, it is a matchup between the Cayman Islands and Aruba. This is their first matchup since World Cup qualifying back in 2021. It was a 3-1 win for Aruba on that day. It was Joshua John who scored twice, and today's captain, Terrence Groothuizen, he also got on the score sheet. Jonah Ebanks, he opened the scoring for the Cayman Islands with a penalty. Well, here come the teams and the referees. We are building you up to first kick here today. It is the Cayman Islands and Aruba Concacaf Nations League action, League C and Group B. We'll hear the anthems for both sides, and we'll build you up to first kick here from Georgetown.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, please sing for the Aruba National Anthem, followed by the Cayman Islands National Song.
Building you up to first kick here this afternoon from Georgetown, Cayman Islands in the Truman Bodden Sports Complex. It is the Cayman Islands hosting Aruba. Concacaf Nations League League C Group B action here this afternoon.
Proud sponsor of
Final handshakes for both sides as we get you set for first kick here this afternoon, and a chance to take a look at today's starting lineups. We'll start with Claudio Garcia's 11 for the Cayman Islands. It features two changes. Christopher Nunez and James Ebanks will both enter the starting lineup. It was Jonah Ebanks who got on the score sheet, along with Cameron Gray, who will come off the bench today for the Cayman Islands. We'll see if they can follow up that draw with a home win here today against Aruba.
Facebook and Instagram pages.
A look at our officials today. Ismael Cornejo of El Salvador will be the man in the middle. Jefferson Escobar of Honduras will be today's fourth official. And of course, the two captains, it'll be DeAndre Rowe for the Cayman Islands, and on the other side for Aruba, Terrence Grutuzen.
Number 7, Mishon Molina. Number 8, Walter Bennett. Number 9, the captain, Terrence Grutuzen. Number 10, Steven Melkor. Number 12, Mark Jacobs.
Final handshakes here.
14, Kiman Ned. The head coach for the Aruba
And we can take a look at the
Bermudez.
Aruba starting 11. This is a bit more of an experienced Aruba starting 11, of course, coming off a venture in Nations League last year. They went 1-2-1, so trying to follow that up and get off on the right foot here today. Matthew Lentink will get the starting goal, the 30-year-old goalkeeper. And of course, Terrence Grutuzen with 4 goals in his international career for Aruba. With that, we are just about set for first kick. Cayman Islands will be wearing red. Aruba will be wearing blue.
Have a joyful match.
Just moments away from getting this one underway. Kicking off a 4-game slate on this Monday across the Concacaf region here in Nations League. Only Group B game, though, today. Just waiting for the bottom of the hour, and we can get this one underway. There's the whistle, and away we go. Aruba gets us going. They're in blue. Cayman Islands in red. First of 2 matches that these two teams will face off in during this CONCACAF Nations League here in League C. Already having to track down a ball that goes out of play. It'll be a throw in there on the far side for Mark Jacobs, the 23-year-old. We'll see how this one transpires. Of course, the last time these two teams met over 2 years ago, 3-1 win for Aruba. That game took place at the IMG Soccer Academy in Bradenton, Florida in the United States. This is tracked down by Ebanks, the goal scorer from the other day, one of the 2 goal scorers. That is for the Cayman Islands, and a free kick here given. Laughlin will put this back into play. Driven ball forward that is quickly cleared. Headed along, and it will be chased down. Melchor, the ball into the middle. This one sneaks in. Not even 90 seconds gone, and Aruba has opened the scoring here on the road. A dream start for Aruba. It looks like Rovian Ostiana has scored it. Just a quick ball forward, not dealt with defensively here just headed into space, and he tracked it down. It was a self-pass from Stephen Melchor. And look at that assist. Outside of the boot. And Ostiana able to do the rest. Now a quick start here for Aruba. A goal in the 2nd minute for Ostiana. And that is his first international goal. No, that did not take long, and already the Cayman Islands will have to play from behind. In that game the other day against the U.S. Virgin Islands, they opened the scoring in the 16th minute, and now they might have a chance to come level. Couple opportunities here, and it's Melchor tracking back, and he's able to get it away and out for a throw-in. A few bodies there in the middle wearing red shirts lining up, but the cross was off the mark. Long looping throw. Headed towards the end line. This is picked up by Matthew Lentink. Many of these Aruba players do ply their trade in club football in the Netherlands. It's a good mix of players in the Netherlands and domestically in Aruba. Terence Groothuizen, he plays for Eoporos in Greece. As for the Cayman Islands, it's mostly players that play domestically. A few that actually play in the United States at various universities. There'd be D2 level. Melchor trying to come forward. It's poked away. It'll be a throw-in coming. Ned gets it back in play. Just trying to throw that into a dangerous area where Walter Bennett was waiting. It looks like a whistle, and this will come back for a foul and a player down here for the Cayman Islands as well. Jabari Campbell, the 23-year-old, getting back to his feet. One shot, one goal. Bertini Holness not able to keep it out for the Cayman Islands. I think it's starting a 2nd straight game here in Nations League for Coach Claudio Garcia. This is thrown into the corner and kept alive. Cayman Islands trying to look infield, and this one sneaks in! The equalizing goal for the Cayman Islands. Christopher Nunez from an impossible angle. Just trying to hit that off the goalkeeper. He did exactly what he was hoping for. And unfortunately for Lentink in goal, it caroms over the line. That's now a few times they've been able to turn the corner. You see the 2 blue shirts there. Neither of them able to deal with it, as Nunez did very well. And I'm not sure how that was redirected towards goal. Whether that hit something in the turf. Let's see it again here. And just right off the instep, if you will, of Matthew Lentink. Bit of a bizarre goal, but Christopher Nunez will absolutely take it. Fast start here for both sides. Getting on the score sheet with very different goals. And now we're right back to square one. Not even 7 minutes in, as this is taken away by Powery. One back in the middle. The goal scorer will be an Ostiana. Advantage being played. Ostiana will move this out wide. Stephen Melchor. Melchor going for goal and bouncing this into the arms of the young Albertini Holness, 23 years old, getting the start today. Stoppage here with an injured player down right at midfield, looks like for Aruba. Cooling spray probably feels good on a very warm day like this. Another look at it right at midfield. An awkward fall there. Looks like that's Walter Bennett, who was slow to get back to his feet. Bennett off the field, and it'll be a drop ball to put this back in play. Of course, that goal is going to be given as an own goal to Matthew Lentink. So Nunez will have to wait for his name on the score sheet a little bit longer, but he created it all. I don't think there's any question that that cross was not intended to end up in the back of the net. Campbell to put it back in play for the Cayman Islands. Long throw in, flicked along. Brought back into the middle. Positive touch, but too heavy of a touch. As Clark Ramirez just ran out of real estate there at the end line. Still no shots in this game for the Cayman Islands, with the goal being an own goal. Play on, says the referee. This is played over the top and will roll all the way through for Matthew Lentink. Melchor coming forward, advantage being played. This taken from distance. It had the right height. It didn't quite have the precision he was looking for, but not a bad effort from that distance. Melchor just stepping through a couple of challenges. That's Walter Bennett, who then picked up the ball. Sent it just wide. Holness was rooted to his spot. Of course, all these teams here in League C playing for promotion to League B. It is all of the three group winners, groups A, B, and C, and then the top second place team as well. So a chance for Aruba to put their name into that hat here today, or maybe even move to the top of these Group B standings. It's 4 games total. So these teams will still have a few more to come. But Cayman Islands will be midway through their Nations League journey after this window, being the team to play 2 games over this September international break. Aruba will play their double match window come November. They'll travel to the U.S. Virgin Islands, and they'll be hosting the Cayman Islands to close out the group stage. Trying to turn this back and cutting it in fields. Ned taking off the ball. Just trying to get this into a wide area. There's Nunez. Back centrally, it actually works out. Ebanks. That's James Ebanks. The older of the 2 Ebanks players on the field. Jonah, 27. James, 31. And foul against Jonah Ebanks ends the threat there. Taken away once again. Campbell motoring down the near side. He was brought down. And might this be a yellow card coming? Darrell Bailey will have his name taken. A yellow card issued here, first of the match, and it goes to number 4 in blue. Now a set piece upcoming for the Cayman Islands. Standing over this one, Rashad Powery.
Yellow card for Aruba, number 4 player, Daryl Felix, after 14 minutes.
This one curled in. Barely get it by that first player, and they'll reset here at midfield. Powery under some pressure. Alexander turning out of it. The Cayman Islands can look upfield yet again. Ebanks tries to cut this in. Ebanks deflected, still loose in the middle. Just losing his footing there was Clark Ramirez. That would have been a great opportunity, and now here comes Groothuizen back the other way. Groothuizen all the way in and saved. Holness keeps it out. A great back and forth nature to the opening 15+ minutes of this game. And how about Albertini Holness with a big time stop with Terrence Groothuizen bearing down on him. Deflected out of play. Another look at this save. Groothuizen did very well just to get around those challenges coming in. DeAndre Rowe tried to slide in to no avail. And then Holness made an elite save there. No fear with a much bigger Groothuizen coming right down the middle. Bring this forward and lay it off. Stepping in was McLaughlin to get it clear. And Again turned over. Ebanks. Ebanks fouled there by Bennett. Those two just scrapping for the ball. Ebanks in the right position to draw the foul. And a free kick from midfield. It's nodded forward again and cleared away. Groothuizen trying to use his body there to win the ball back. Aruba gets it back anyway. Groothuizen back out wide for Ned. Ned coming all the way through. He just lost it at the last moment. DeAndre Rowe, good pressure defensively to get that away. And a throw-in going back Aruba's direction. When you look at the FIFA rankings, these two teams very close together. Aruba at 199, the Cayman Islands at 193. Here's the cross, the header steered wide. And this will bounce out for a goal kick. So 3 more games to go today in Nations League. Decent slate of games coming tomorrow to wrap up this September international window. Nations League will restart on Thursday, October 12th. That's when it'll kick off again. We'll keep this competition moving. Of course, the new format here in 2023 and 24 with Copa America coming in the summer and a chance for some teams in League A to qualify. It's also a chance for teams here in League C to just keep moving up the ladder here in the Concacaf region. Great opportunity to gain promotion to League B. It's always kind of the carrot there for both of these teams as Melcher tries to turn the corner. Steven Melcher gets the cross away, off the chest, and now it comes towards goal and wide. May not have known too much about that final touch, but it nearly snuck inside that near post. Albertini Holness had to hold his ground, but straight out of play. Sure, the U.S. Virgin Islands, the other team in this group, would love to see a draw today. Keep everybody nice and close in the standings. They'd be only 1 point off the top, which would be the Cayman Islands. Ostiana trying to play that out wide for the oncoming Jacobs. Jacobs couldn't get there in time. A throw in back to the Cayman Islands. Melcher trying to battle for it. Campbell got there first. Aruba nearly able to settle things, and eventually they do. Cleaned up there by Bailey. Here they come forward again. Molina. Grutusen. Dispossessed, turned over, and then given right back. Richard still coming forward. Jonathan Richard will turn it back. Ned gets the cross away, glanced off the head of Grutusen. It's still available, and Molina skies the shot. A great opportunity. Not quite able to put the shot on target and test the goalkeeper. All the way downfield. Chances have dried up for Cayman Islands here over the last few minutes. Long downfield. Bailey will start it again here for Aruba. Lofted forward, Grutusen, good target man up top. Island's able to win this back, but only momentarily. Nickinson Paul was brought down. Melcher keeps it moving. Melcher, here's Molina. Tries to turn the corner, and this one chipped over the bar. It took a deflection, though. It's out for a corner kick for Aruba. Sean Molina, the 18-year-olds, plays for Excelsior Rotterdam in the Netherlands. He's turned in a good performance off that right wing so far in the opening 25 minutes. It'll be an outswinger from that far side. Ostiana sends it in. Not a whole lot of movement in the box as Aruba is able to keep hold of possession. Lofted forward. Grutusen trying to turn the corner here. It comes back centrally, and it's put out for another corner kick. No nonsense defending there from the captain, DeAndre Rowe. Again, it'll be the goal scorer, Ostiana, who stands over this. All the way to the backside, and nothing doing there for Aruba. They will keep hold of possession yet again. It seems like they're settling in. It's the team that wants to be on the ball here in this game. Bailey is it back and turned over. Ebanks. Now Ebanks chipping this forward. Here's Campbell. And Ebanks. Rutu's in and running onto this, but a sliding challenge. And did a whistle come? It looks like it. The referee will bring this back. I believe the challenge and the foul given to Rashad Powery. It was just a long run forward there by Nickinson Paul. He's the one that ends up on the surface, and looks like we'll have our first half hydration break here. Of course, warm temperatures in Georgetown. So a chance for both teams to have a reprieve for a moment. You see on the far side, nobody wants to be sitting in the sun. They're all up on the top step, if you will, in the shade here at the Truman Bodden Sports Complex. Well, a fast start for both of these teams. Of course, a goal in the second minute by Rovian Ostiana, and then Matthew Lentink with the own goal just 4 minutes later. All set up, though, by Christopher Nunez, who got his first start here in this edition of Concacaf Nations League. So far, 8 shots in this game have gone Aruba's way. No shots for the Cayman Islands. That's just how bizarre of an own goal that was in the 6th minute. And unfortunately, it's made it a little bit more difficult here for Aruba. We'll see what the Cayman Islands have in response as we get back to play. Aruba probing again. That pressure has paid off quite a few times, but that's a foul. We'll go against Stephen Melchor. He's lunging for that ball, and looks like he caught Casey McLaughlin in the process. Long throw. Touched out of play. That's the decision here from the referee. Looks like it'll go Aruba's direction. Husin couldn't keep it. Both teams been pretty solid defensively, aside from one opportunity on both sides. I think it's fair to say the more dangerous of the two has been Aruba. Gruithuisen, bit of a surprise he didn't put away a second Aruba goal. He was in on goal all alone, just him and Albertini Holness, before Holness came up with a big stop. Keep this game at 1-1 as McLaughlin puts it back in play. And down the line, this rolls out. It'll be a throw-in. Rowe puts it back into play. It's headed over the top. Bit awkward to deal with there, and referee said no back pass, play on. Just an unfortunate moment for Matthew Lenting back in the 6th minute. Aside from that, though, hasn't really had much to do. Haven't been too many opportunities coming forward for the Cayman Islands. No corners in this game yet for the home side. Going down was Melcher, but no whistle. And he'll deflect it out of play for a throw-in. The referee is saying no more simulation like that or you'll be booked next time. Explaining why that was not a foul against Stephen Melcher. Running out of room. This is out for a throw-in. Lofted forward and headed away. Second ball collected by Bennett. Now Gruithuisen. Keep it moving down the line. Across, cleared away. And the Cayman Islands able to keep this in play. The throw will go their direction. Aruba able to win it back. Under 9 minutes to go until halftime. There should be a decent amount of stoppage time with the hydration break. Chested back into the middle. Aruba has been very patient in this first half as well. Bailey. Richard moves it out wide. Melcher will come to track it down. Gruithuisen's in the middle. So is Molina. And it's a throw in Aruba's direction. get to the end line, a chance to cut this back, and out for a corner kick. Mark Jacobs doing well to earn a corner kick here for Aruba. Rovian Ostiana taking his time striding over to take it. And he plays for FC Volendam in the Netherlands. Ostiana's ready, and he delivers. The referee blew his whistle before anything even happened. A foul against Aruba. Here's Campbell. Clattered into by Molina. That ball, not sure, stayed in play. It's a throw-in going the Cayman Islands direction. Campbell gets it downfield. And that's another foul. Coming over the back was Kamani Ned. That's basically the extent of the work for Matthew Lentink since conceding that own goal back in the 6th minute. Not very many opportunities coming forward for the Cayman Islands. When you go back to that game between the Cayman Islands and Aruba back in 2021, the only goal in that game for the Cayman Islands from the penalty spot. Aside from that, it was dominated by Aruba, scoring 2 goals in the first half and adding a second in the 75th minute. Comes into the middle and is taken on the volley, and out of play it goes. Walter Bennett again trying to line it up from distance, and again not too far away. Not a bad effort. Holness sends it away. Molina. Campbell get the last touch on it. A throw in here for Aruba. Right through the middle. It's laid off. Bennett got clattered into as Melcher takes this on. That was the advantage that the referee played after Bennett just got cleaned out there. Big challenge put in. Doesn't look like a yellow card will be coming, but Groothuizen is going to argue for one. Laid off for Campbell, and now turned over Molina. Floated in the middle for Melcher. Moved out wide for the oncoming Jacobs. Jacobs still going. Jacobs. Ball stayed in play for a moment, and last off of Alexander. Throw in here for Aruba. Able to cut this in field. Challenge put in, but all ball, says the referee. Now Molina. Molina brought down, and now here come the Cayman Islands. Ebanks. It's 3-on-3. Ebanks moves it out wide. Down the line, and Ebanks couldn't get onto it. Just too much on it from Christopher Nunez. Turned over, Groothuizen in the final minute of this first half. Melcher for Groothuizen. Melcher lofting this in. Pretty straightforward catch there for Albertini Holness as he holds on to it. We are into 1 minute of stoppage time at the end of this first half. Well, that will end this first 45 minutes of action, and it was a quick start for both of these teams. 2 goals in the opening 6 minutes. Rovi and Ostiana opened the scoring in the 2nd minute, and then just 4 minutes later, an own goal against Aruba, and that gave the Cayman Islands the equalizer just a few minutes later. We've reached halftime here from Georgetown. It's the Cayman Islands 1 and Aruba 1.
This is the halftime of the match for the 2023-24 Concacaf Nations League. Score is Cayman Islands 1. Goal scored by Christopher Nunez, Aruba 1. Goal scored by Robin Ostiana. Teams are returning. Teams are returning to the second half. Current score is 1-1.
We welcome you back for the second 45 minutes of action. We are in Georgetown, Cayman Islands, the Truman Bodden Sports Complex. One sub to tell you about as the second half gets underway. It is Daniel Linshear coming onto the field for Aruba to replace Mishan Molina. And right off the bat, a shot that's pushed away and then cleared out of play. A quick start for the Cayman Islands. They had 0 shots in that first half. And already forcing a save out of Matthew Lentink. And now the first corner kick of the game will come for Matthew Suberin and the Cayman Islands. That's exactly what Claudio Garcia, the manager, would have wanted to see from his team. It's lofted in, the heads go up and cleared away. Now trying to turn this back. Couldn't quite turn the corner. Melcher took it away. And now it's the new man just onto the field trying to lead the break in Linshear. And it's a flex out for a throw-in, and a player is down here for the Cayman Islands as well. It is DeAndre Rowe, the captain, who is shaken up here. He's back on his feet and walking off. Back to play, and Aruba trying to pick up pretty much where they left off in that first half, and they're trying to come forward here, looking to cut this back. Ned goes down, no penalty. Referee waved that away right away. Another look at it here. Ned just trying to turn the corner. He did well to keep the ball in play, and it was Campbell that went shoulder to shoulder with him, and I think that's the right call, or no call, if you will. On a play yet again. Game very much there for the taking for both sides, but for the Cayman Islands, they really struggle to get anything going upfield. That'll be a foul. Bouncing through the middle. Bennett cutting it back. Bennett going for the shot. It's a full stretch save by Albertini Holness. That's a fine stop, and the second big save today for the young 23-year-old goalkeeper. Another look at it here. That was fingertips from Holness and a really nice stop. It's another corner kick coming for Aruba. First of this second half, fourth of the game. It's lofted in, flying in, it looked like was Melcher, and there was a foul in there. Foul, and this will go back Aruba's way. It's back to goal. Roothusen moves it out wide. Chance for the cross coming in from Jacobs. It's headed down, and attacking it there was Melcher, but it was blocked out of play. It's been a strong defensive performance today from the Cayman Islands. Bit of a bend but don't break mentality, and forcing their goalkeeper into a few tough saves. Lofted forward again and headed along. Nobody there for the Cayman Islands. We're gonna have to try to manufacture something, or at least just keep Aruba off the board, get out of here with a point, although 2 draws through 2 matches is gonna make it very tough to either top the group or be one of the top second place teams. Although if you can couple that with maybe a couple more wins in the final 2 games, that might get you somewhere. It's better than no points at all. Deflection for Melcher. Melcher! And it's over the bar. It may have taken a deflection out. It looks like it's another corner kick here for Aruba. Orvidian Ostiana striding over to take this. Ostiana, the outswinger. It's a free header, and it's headed towards goal, but blocked out, and they'll do it again. Free header there for Nickinson Paul. And Ostiana will make the long jog over to take this next corner kick. He's the set piece specialist, it seems. Another in-swinger, this put towards the back post. It stays in play. Was that a handball? Doesn't look like it, but it is another corner kick. Daryl Bailey really lined that up well. Jadane Alexander. That was very, very close. Another look at this. Is this a handball? No. Looks like it came off his hip first. Good no call from the referee. And they'll do it again. All the way to the back post. It's headed back in the middle by a Cayman Islands player and looping over the bar. Up to 14 shots now in this game for Aruba and just one for the Cayman Islands, and it wasn't even on the goal that they scored. Nunez gets brought down. What's the decision here from the referee? There is none. No call. 2 players down on the turf. And the referee will have to stop this now. The Cayman Islands nearly in there, trying to find a go-ahead goal. Nunez, when he's gotten in those good areas, good things have happened. Remember, he created the goal. It's Nickinson Paul who's down. Here's another look at it. I think that's actually a good no call. It looked like Nunez was already off balance and already going to ground, and I think Paul, his momentum was just carrying right through Nunez, made it look worse than maybe it was. It's a drop ball and back to play. Turned over. Chip through the middle. Ebanks couldn't get there. Cleared away by Lentink. Again, one back by the Cayman Islands, but quickly turned over. Looks like that's a foul. Another look here. Just caught there by Jonathan Richard. Oh, this taken away. Grutuzin's in. The square ball, and it's saved off the line. Heroic defending yet again from the Cayman Islands. It'll deflect out of play. Grutuzin was squaring on goal, but he decided to play the square pass instead of shoot it. Cayman Islands all out of sorts defensively here. A misplay at the back from McLaughlin. Oh, you probably just say Grutuzin, take that yourself, but instead it was the captain to save it off the line, DeAndre Rowe. I think it's fair to say that Aruba could have 3 or 4 goals in this game. They're now up to 17 shots to just 1 for the Cayman Islands. Now a player down, looks to be Rovi and Ostiana. Ostiana limping off the field. That's not good news. looks like a few subs are preparing to come on. That's the end of the day for Ostiana. The goal scorer will be Benjamin Maria coming on. Will also be 2 subs. And Trey Ebanks coming on alongside Jordan Bonilla. Matthew Suberin will be coming off the field. Both teams have now used 2 subs.
Substitution from Aruba national team. Number 11,
that's a foul. It'll go Aruba's direction. Well, 30 minutes now for one of these teams to try to find a winner. Aruba's no doubt been the closest, but the longer this game stays 1-1, Cayman Islands will be pleased with that. It'll give them an opportunity to either get a point out of this game or maybe even steal at the end. 17 shots to 1. All the way to the end line and out of play. Just couldn't deal with it. Daniel Linshear throwing for the Cayman Islands. They'll get another one. It's a foul and a free kick coming. Played over the top, and again, held on to by Albertini Holness. He's come with some big stops today. Ebanks leading the break. Tried to lay it off, but looked like he lost his balance. Jordan Bonilla just onto the field. Rutuzen. Another long throw. Chested down, looking for Trey Ebanks, but cleared away. Now Alexander. The switch of play didn't quite come off. Is there a chance for Maria to break? At least keep hold of possession for Aruba. Melchar. Cayman Islands player goes crashing down, and it's a foul against Stephen Melchar. Trying to turn the corners. Benjamin Maria touched out of play. Well-timed challenge there by Jabari Campbell. A corner kick coming. Ostiana had stood over most of them. Looks like this time it is Maria just onto the field. Trying to get that towards the near post and cleared away. Long throw incoming here, Daryl Bailey. Good distance on it. It's all about getting that initial flick, and it didn't come for a player wearing blue. Bouncing towards the end line. Another sliding challenge put in. It'll be another corner kick coming as Jonathan Richard has to pick himself up. Maria delivers again, and that went out of play. Never gave his team a chance there. Another look at it here, it just curled past that end line. Never gave his teammates a chance. Couple of subs coming. Alexander Clark Ramirez will be coming off. Elijah Seymour, Sebastian Martinez coming on. Will also be Jonah Ebanks coming off the fields. Third and fourth subs of the game for Claudio Garcia and the Cayman Islands.
Bishop for the Cayman Islands at the 67th minute. Sebastian Martinez, number 21, in. For Johnny Banks, number 10, out. And
long throw.
Elijah Seymour in for number 16, Alexander Clark Ramirez.
Cayman Islands able to get this out wide. Ebanks has to play this down the line, and Nunez couldn't get there. Defended well by Nickinson Paul. Maria, touchdown to play, throw in coming. Quick to get on with it. Richard for Maria. Maria pulled back, free kick. Again, having to turn back. Pretty much every red shirt behind the ball. Played over the top and headed away. And helped out of play by Jadane Alexander. Splits the double team. Brought back into the middle. The return ball for Bennett to the end line. Looks to square it. It's headed away. The Cayman Islands get this out for a throw. Aruba really pushing forward now. This final 20 minutes basically going to be whether they can get a goal or not. Laid over the top, and again, this headed away. Campbell pushed down. This, it looks like, will be the second half hydration break. Temperatures up near the 90s degree Fahrenheit. A very warm afternoon here in Georgetown. The teams will take a moment to have a cooling break. This has been a tightly contested matchup. And a big opportunity for one of these two sides to maybe come through with 3 points. Of course, for Aruba, this is their first match here in this edition of Nations League, while the Cayman Islands, they have already played to a 2-2 draw against the other team in this group, the U.S. Virgin Islands. After the quick break, already back onto the field. Campbell to put this back in play for the Cayman Islands with 16 minutes to go. Ebanks goes over, but no whistle. That's Nunez going to ground, and a free kick going the way of the Cayman Islands. Mark Jacobs getting caught there defensively. This could turn into a very nice opportunity. Jordan Bonilla was standing around it initially. Now it's Rashad Powery, the 19-year-old. It's a three-man wall. Can the Cayman Islands get their noses out in front here? Referee asking Sebastian Martinez why he's running in circles as Powery delivers. Headed away. Cayman Islands not really able to do much with this. Now they're just trying to slow down a counterattack. They do win the ball back. Battling for this, and now finally the whistle comes. No question about it. Elijah Seymour with the foul. Quick stoppage before the restart. Played through the middle. Grutu's in on the turn, blocked down. McLaughlin got his body in the way. Bouncing into the box, Grutu's in. It's still loose, now to the top of the area. Shot off the crossbar. Daniel Linshear, a halftime substitute. And may have been tipped onto the bar as well. And if so, a great stop from Albertini Holness. We'll see it again here. Oh yeah, definitely. Albertini Holness again at full stretch. He's put together a great performance today. Melcher, driven ball in all the way to the backside. Still available. Grutu's in up for it. Off to the left now. Getting to the end line, the square ball blocked out of play. Another in-swinger on the corner kick to the backside, and this one's in! Daryl Bailey, the go-ahead goal for Aruba. Finally, they're able to break the resistance. So many shots, and finally, the go-ahead goal. The 20th shot of the game for Aruba. Just a free header and right over the head of Jabari Campbell, who was on the line, and he couldn't keep it out. Nobody marking the outside back, and he heads Aruba into the lead. It has to feel really good if you're Daryl Bailey. 25-year-old who plays in the second division in the Netherlands and now has himself a first international goal. His sixth Aruba cap. Player who was born in the Netherlands but is chosen to represent Aruba. Now, is there a chance for a response? Still plenty of time left. All the way through, and it's taken there by Lentink. It's another whistle. This is going the other way. It has been a struggle to get opportunities coming forward for the Cayman Islands. Long downfield, and again, this taken by Holness. Over the top. Touchdown of play, throw in coming. The cross bouncing in. There was nobody there in a red shirt. Ebanks was kind of on the outskirts of the area. Seven and a half minutes remain. Aruba finally able to get that breakthrough goal. Maybe a chance coming forward here, but it's broken up by Walter Bennett. Foul and a free kick coming. Now some pushing and shoving. And the referee trying to get in the middle of this and break it up. Really sure what sparked this. It hasn't been that chippy of a game.
The attendance for the match this afternoon is 745 spectators.
Now some more pushing away from the ball, and a yellow card will be shown. I believe that goes to the goal scorer, and then one to Christopher Nunez as well. Oh, if that goes to Rovian Bailey, he's already on a yellow card. And he should be sent off now, and it looks like he is. It looks like Christopher Nunez picked one up as well. And yeah, you can see Daryl Bailey walking off the field. He picked up a second yellow card, and he will now miss Aruba's next game. That will be on October 14th against the U.S. Virgin Islands at home, so he'll just skip the entire October window, meet up with the team again in November. That is a tough one there. But now it is Aruba down to 10 men trying to hold on to this lead. Wow, this lofted forward. Going to get it by the initial line of Aruba defense. And a couple of subs coming. Nathan Lowenjo coming on, and so is Wesley Robinson for the Cayman Islands. Coming off the fields will be Rashad Powery, while the captain, Terrence Grutuzen, will be coming off. It's the final sub of the game for the Cayman Islands. And now the long throw for the Cayman Islands here. That was interesting as you see the foul. I'm not sure the referee realized initially that Bailey had picked up his second yellow card when he initially handed it out. Then when he went to go write it down on the back of the card, I think that's when he realized that should be a second yellow card, and of course the sending off.
For the number 9, Terrence Grutuzen. For the Cayman Islands, number 6, Wesley Robinson in. For number 17, Rashad Powery.
Foul. This will go back to the Cayman Islands. All the way down that right side. Nunez turns the corner, and the cross cleared away. Nickinson, Paul. Looks like another sub will be coming. This is Jabrian Romano.
Substitution for Aruba at the 8-9.
It's Jonathan Richard who's the one coming off. That should be the third and final substitution window. As the cross comes in, the header is off the crossbar. Oh my! Off the hands of Lentink. How did that stay out? Right off the hands of the goalkeeper, onto the woodwork, and then right back into his hands. Cayman Islands pushing forward, a man advantage here. Is that a foul? It is. Mark Jacobs into the book. Free kick, Cayman Islands. And they do have sub momentum here at the end of this one. We'll find out stoppage time here momentarily.
Yellow card for number 12, Mark Jacobs, at the 90th minute. The referee will allow minimum of 5 minutes additional to this game.
5 minutes added on at the end of the 90. Is that enough time for the Cayman Islands to find an equalizer? The in-swinger headed away. Race to get onto this one. Sliding challenge as this one rolls out of play. Bonilla is taking out Benjamin Maria there. And it will be a throw-in coming for Aruba as they just try to see this to the finish line. And the yellow card, it looks like, goes to the coach, Marvic Bermudez of Aruba. You could see his reaction All right, to the fourth official, and this is put out of play for another corner kick. Corner kick number 12 of this game for Aruba. Maria, the return ball. It's kept alive, another shot blocked down. Here's Walter Bennett. On the turn, the shot fired out of play. Rolling into the middle and off the mark. And now stepping forward, advantage being played. Challenge put in, and no card. No foul either. You can see everybody standing in the Aruba technical area. Couldn't believe that one uncalled. Romano. Jacobs taking off the ball. Nunez trying to make a play. That's a foul. The Cayman Islands quick to put it back in play. More than halfway through the minimum of 5 minutes. Bit of a frantic finish here. And this will go the way of the Cayman Islands. So 2 minutes left and still an opportunity. It'll be a free kick on that far side. Jordan Bonilla striding over to take it. Referee would like a word before this free kick comes in. And they get the service right. Low driven ball in. Going down, no penalty. Referee waved it away right away. Staying onside is Maria. They go to the corner. It's a challenge put in, and it's a goal kick. Very well timed challenge by Jadane Alexander. And now Cayman Islands pushing to try to find an equalizer. Cleared away yet again. 30 seconds left. Not been too many opportunities in this game for the Cayman Islands. Aruba has just been dominant today. 22 shots to just 1 for the Cayman Islands. Remember, their goal, Kate, was an own goal, and there was no shot, and that is the final whistle. Aruba has gotten the job done here on the road. They come to the Cayman Islands and take a 2-1 win, and they move to the top of Group B in League C. A gutsy performance in down to 10 men at the end, but Aruba gets the job done. It's full time here from Georgetown. Cayman Islands 1, Aruba 2. Full-time highlights from Georgetown, Cayman Islands, and the Truman Bodden Sports Complex. Concacaf Nations League, League C, Group B action between the Cayman Islands and Aruba. The first match of this competition for Aruba. Cayman Islands had played to a 2-2 draw just a few days ago against the U.S. Virgin Islands. So trying to keep the momentum rolling and stay at the top of the group after today, but it would not be an easy task going up against this Aruba side that has now won the last 2 meetings in this series. And if you weren't with us from the first few minutes, well, you missed the first 2 goals, because in the opening 90 seconds, this was the first goal. Rovian Ostiana on the assist from Steven Melcher, and that was the opening goal. Then just 4 minutes later, Christopher Nunez, that's an own goal. Matthew Lentink, just a bad deflection off his left foot. And from there, it would be 1-1. And then the chances would keep on coming through the first half. Both goalkeepers were forced into some saves, but it was definitely Albertini Holness who was the busier of the 2 goalkeepers on this day. A few shots from outside the area, but nothing to beat Holness the rest of that first half. So we go to halftime at 1-1. And of course, come the second half, we start things off, and it was pretty much Aruba picking up right where they left off. A really strong performance in this one, and a lot of big-time saves from Albertini Holness as well. He was the star of the show, it's fair to say, for the Cayman Islands today, just keeping his team in the game. Christopher Nunez also putting some pressure on this Aruba back line. Would be another big moment here for the Cayman Islands. The captain, Grutuzen, is muscling his way forward, and this saved off the line. DeAndre Rowe able to get onto the goal line and keep that out. Then another save from Albertini Holness. But this would be the game-winning goal. Daryl Bailey, who wouldn't be on the field at the final whistle, he was given a second yellow card, but he was on the field to score the game-winning goal, and that would give Aruba the 2-1 advantage. That goal coming in the 79th minute for Aruba, and the celebration on there for the away team today. There would still be a few chances. This just a bizarre moment. And that would be the final chance of the game for the Cayman Islands as Aruba wins it by 2-1. That'll do it for our coverage here from Georgetown. For our entire crew, I'm Josh Eastern. It finishes the Cayman Islands 1, Aruba 2.